Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big news out of the United States and Venezuela as the Caribbean crisis, as it is becoming known as, continues to heat up and escalate. Both sides, Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro ramping up his military efforts as the United States continues to surge more military resources into the region. And I got a really cool video from a source of the Reaper drones in Puerto Rico. We're going to take a look at that and an incredible amount of lethal firepower on display as strikes continue to blow up Venezuelan drug boats. And now all eyes are, when will the United States strike inside Venezuela? I am filming this on the morning of October 20th. So all information is up to date as of the morning of October 20th. Obviously, as we all know, this is a very fluid situation, could change at any time. But when you are watching this, all information is up to date as of October 20th. Before we get started, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, cost you absolutely nothing. Comment with your thoughts below. How do you think this situation will play out? What do you think will happen? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. DMs are open. Send me any tips or anything you have. Now, let's get into it. As everyone knows, and as we've paid attention to at a very high level, the United States and Venezuela continue to be on a course for some kind of significant military conflict. We have seen a significant buildup in the region. Venezuela is secretly trying to reach out to the United States to reach some kind of deal so that Nicolas Maduro, the dictator of Venezuela, can stay in power. So far, the Trump administration has made it crystal clear there is no deal to make. They will not be making a deal with Maduro. His only option is to leave Venezuela, is to step down from leadership, or we're going to come in and get him. And he's got a $50 million bounty on his head. I think it's pretty clear the United States of America has no intention at all of negotiating with this guy. So we don't really see any exit ramps. We don't see any off ramps. What we see is a massive buildup on all sides. Venezuela is trying to project strength publicly. They're trying to make it seem like they are capable and able to fight the United States military while at the same time secretly reaching out to attempt to get some kind of deal brokered. Well, with no deal coming, let me throw this up on the stage. This comes from the New York Times. It says Venezuela announces sweeping military exercises as U.S. escalates pressure. President Nicolas Maduro this week called on civilians to help the country defend itself, while his defense minister warned citizens to prepare for the worst. So it says Venezuela's government said this week that it had launched a sweeping military mobilization. This article is from the weekend, by the way, and begun training civilians for combat, portraying the moves as defensive steps against what it called an escalating threat from the United States. The measures come as Washington has identified military operations in the Caribbean, killing dozens of people in a campaign that U.S. officials say is aimed at drug trafficking networks. But American officials in private have said the ultimate goal is to push out President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. Mr. Maduro and top military officials said this week they had activated new defense zones across the country, called on civilians to join what they described as a patriotic effort to protect the nation. For days, Venezuelan officials have been warning the public. Defense Minister Vladimir Perdino Lopez told Venezuelans this week to prepare for the worst, citing what he called a serious threat posed by President Trump, who has told Congress that the United States is in a formal armed conflict with certain drug cartels. Venezuela's state television has long broadcast images of men and women crawling through mud with rifles, crossing rivers on ropes, and aiming weapons under the instructions of soldiers. But recently, it has also shown evacuation drills, as well as clips of the military moving weapons and documents out of bases. Now they're doing things that would actually be relevant in case the United States intervened, said Andre Servan-Pont, president of the Latin American research group CRIES, who has been studying Venezuelan military affairs for 10 years. Venezuelan officials, citing the U.S. military struggles in Vietnam and Afghanistan, have tried to present a strong front, claiming that several million combatants are ready to defend the country. That, of course, is a complete and absolute joke. But experts say the figure is implausible and that the government's rhetoric around protecting the homeland may be more about rallying support among citizens than anything else, since Venezuelans' military is no match for the United States. The government has drawn militia recruits largely from loyal or government-aligned groups. Many of them enlisted are tied to the ruling Socialist Party, neighborhood committees, and food distribution networks. So you have right now, Venezuela is launching a massive, massive war exercise, military drills. They are evacuating certain areas of the country. They're hiding all their sensitive documents. They are running evacuation drills. They're trying to hide any incriminating evidence. And all of this is happening as the United States continues to close in and get, inch forward when it comes to actually launching bombs on mainland Venezuela and not just blowing up the drug boats. So when it comes to what we have in the region, this comes from CNN. So this is a report from CNN. It says the U.S. military has been steadily massing a large number of troops, naval and air assets in the Caribbean over the last 2 months, conducting training missions off the coast of Venezuela, reopening a military base in Puerto Rico that had been shuttered for decades, and attacking speedboats carrying suspected drug traffickers from Venezuela and Colombia. As of Tuesday, a significant percentage of all deployed. So this article is gathering information from last week. So I'm not reading this in the future. It's last Tuesday. As of Tuesday, a significant percentage of all U.S. deployed naval assets globally are now located in U.S. Southern Command, the U.S. military's command response for operations in the region, according to a fleet tracker published by the United States Naval Institute news portal. That includes the USS Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group, the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, amounting to more than 4,500 Marines and sailors, 3 guided missile destroyers, an attack submarine, a special operations ship. That's the MV Ocean Trader. We love the MV Ocean Trader, the Black Ops ship. Remember, the MV Ocean Trader can have up to 200 Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 operators on it, ready to reach out and strike at a moment's notice clandestinely, get back on the ship, evacuate, and no one will even know they were there. It is an incredible, incredible, incredible ship. And it says P-8 Poseidon Recon aircraft. At the same time, the U.S. has deployed 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico, which has become a hub for U.S. military as part of the increased focus on the Caribbean. The U.S. has deployed at least 3 MQ Reaper drones to the island, according to images captured by writers in Aguila, Puerto Rico. Now, like I said, I have a video coming up about the drones that's going to show you that there are more than what is being claimed here. Says National Roosevelt Roads in Puerto Rico, a U.S. military installation that has been shuttered since 2004, is now back up and running, according to satellite imagery and photos taken at the base. At least one AC-130 Ghost Rider, a heavily armed plane capable of providing air support to ground troops, was photographed, equipped with Hellfire missiles at Jose Aponte de la Torre Airport in Puerto Rico, which is used by the installation. So right here, this is a look at the ships they have. All of the destroyers, the amphibious assault ship, the MV Ocean Trader, the combat ships, the helicopters, the Ospreys, the Reapers. We've got the F-35s. I mean, we've got the B-52s. We've got the KC-135 refuelers. We've got the AC-130J Ghost Rider, an AC-130 gunship. So we are bringing a ton of firepower. Now, I'm going to put this. So this is a video that was sent to me by a source from Puerto Rico showing multiple drones. The source said he counted at least 7 drones total. This video is just a small part of that. So you are going to see drones being loaded up and taken on the runway. Let's watch. So CNN said there were 3 drones. This source of mine says there was actually 7 drones that he personally witnessed and saw. Now, what are the drones being used for? They're being used to blow up the drug boats. That's their primary thing that they are being used for. We're flying drones out to the ocean off the coast of Venezuela, blowing up the drug boats as soon as they get into international water. But these drones could also absolutely be used to hit Venezuela proper. These drones are well within striking distance to hit Caracas, any military target, the Maduro regime headquarters, whatever it might be. These drones, armed with Hellfire missiles, are well within range, launching from Puerto Rico to go out and smoke targets in Venezuela as necessary. We are bringing a ton of firepower, an absolute ton of firepower to the region, to Puerto Rico, and now all eyes on whether or not this will officially kick off. Personally, I don't know how anyone could look at this situation and think that we're not going to bomb Venezuela. It's a matter of when, not if. You don't bring this much weaponry, this much firepower, this much naval power, this much air power to a region and then have it sit on the tarmac or sit in the water collecting rust, right? Obviously, they're not rusting. That's a bit of a joke, but you get the point I'm making. All signs point to massive, massive, massive escalation. And the question is, what will trigger that? We do not know, but it is 1000% coming. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. How do you think this situation ends? What do you want to see happen? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out. Send me any tips you got. I'll see you all next time.